Good day, ladies and gentlemen. We're live. We're live for another presentation about the greatest currencies, pTGC and UFO. Somebody could let me know that you guys can hear me. I popped a couple things in the chat for action items for us to take. Vote, plsfolio.com. Hit the like and sub. And then vote on Deck Screener for pTGC and UFO. Lots of work to do. We're a working group. We're not here to just sit back, relax, and enjoy gains. That time's coming. But right now, we got to work. So we have work to do. We have education to how do you put education? We have education to do. We have stuff to do. So, and that includes clicking. It's very simple, right? plsfolio.com. Click and just click on pTGC. That has been a little confusing for people. Just click on pTGC and then you'll scroll down a little bit. I think you have to scroll down. I should just show you guys. And then you can see where you got to click. So let me show you. There have been some questions. So you go to pTGC, click on it. Can you guys hear me? Is anybody in? Is anybody in today? And then you select vote. And I can vote again at 8 o'clock my time. So the trick for me is to get that evening vote in. Oftentimes I remember it, I can do it on my phone, but sometimes like I'm already in bed and I'm not at my computer. But it is important. Guys, we're on the top row. We are on the top row. Look. And if you guys notice, Sparta's in number 1, pTGC 2, UFO 3. And we only have 137 to rank up. So we can take them, and I believe we will. Voice is good. Cool. Thank you, Jonathan. Appreciate that. That confirmation. I think we're going to take them. We have a huge community. It's just not, people aren't here right now. Jamie Lance, thank you. Must have posted on X. I don't know how all that works, honestly. They're in the chat. So, we got a huge community, and they're going to come when they come back, like when things start hopping, and I assume that they will. We're going to continue to push, PLS Folio, and we'll get the votes up. And hopefully we were in number 1 for maybe a week. I think less than a week. That's okay. We're on the top row. And we are the best asset on the chain, my biased opinion. So we can let someone else have the number 1 spot. It's okay. It doesn't change the tokenomics of the greatest currencies. We're still number 1. So let them have their fun. And I got friends over there. I don't hold any. Not interested, if you know what I'm talking about. All right, guys, what is happening? Like, aside from nothing, nothing happening right now. I think honestly, there's 26 eyeballs right here in here. I was literally thinking about not even doing this today. I'm like, everything's asleep right now in PulseChain. And I have other stuff that I'm doing. I don't know if you guys know this, but let me tell you, I'm thinking I can show you a post. Let me show you a post before we go. We will go look at the deck screener in a minute. Good morning, Kurt. Good to see you, man. So maybe you guys are like the core guys. Anybody that's here left on PulseChain is the core OGs, the original guard. So you guys have probably already seen this, but man, I need some help with a Twitter banner. And I'm at the point of hiring because this is not working right here. And I'm trying to get this all fixed up because I'm expecting people to come to my Twitter. You guys, this still stands, my pinned post. And here I am live. That's so funny. Tetra is going live here pretty soon, which is really cool. I've been following that for a while. Here's the ad to go vote, which is working out great. 777 impressions. But what I was getting at is this right here. Look at this, guys. This is something that I'm doing tomorrow, guys, tomorrow, I'm going live on this channel and try to intercept people that are recipients of the gifts that are going out in the mail. I don't even know if they've hit my mailboxes. Does anybody know if they've hit mailboxes yet? If you know, please say something in the chat. Say something in the chat, because I want to know. My first run doing this right here is going to be tomorrow. Notice this is the thumbnail for the YouTube, and I modeled it. I modeled the marketing after Richard Hart's modeling on the device. So when people, this is the thing, guys, people will be scrolling through YouTube or whatever, and then this thumbnail will pop up, and they got one of these things this afternoon, right, in the mail. Open it up, they're like, wow, cool, stick it to the fridge or whatever they do, and then they're on YouTube and they see something just that looks very similar to what they just unpackaged, and they're going to click on that video, and it's going to be a live stream. These aren't going to be recorded. A live stream about who is Richard Hart, what is PulseChain, what is crypto. I'm going to try to keep it very vanilla, and I'm excited about it because, and then, so we're going to onboard them to PulseChain, tell them how to get over here. And then at the end or whenever, I'm going to encourage them to join a Telegram and also get exposure to the greatest currencies. We're going to try to bring them into PulseChain and get them onto the index token of the chain. We're not a scam coin. We're not a trashy, mean coin. We are pTGC and UFO are legit financial products that everybody coming over to, I say this probably every stream when I do this, everybody coming over to PulseChain should have exposure to these assets. So it's our job to try to intercept these people coming over. And Richard Hart has handed us the opportunity to do this. Wow. He's literally spent, I don't know, $10 million or more dollars on a marketing campaign to bring people into PulseChain. And we have an opportunity to intercept them and bring them onto PulseChain and into the Grays ecosystem at the same time. Yeah. So I'm not a little excited about this opportunity. Thank you, Richard Hart. If you're watching, thank you so much. And I did include him in that post, which has, by the way, 4,000. Look, it had 4,000, under 4,000 this morning. It has now 4,980 impressions. And that's a very good response rate. And you know what's happening? Hey, backwards hat dad, good to see you. I send you an invite in a Telegram. So have a look at your Telegram. What was I saying? Lots of impressions. And you know what that tweet is doing? It's impressing on other people in the community that have Twitters and YouTubes and such that, hey, Prayer Bananas having a live stream probably 2 times a week to onboard people to PulseChain. What can I do? I was telling my wife, it's like with this, things changed on PulseChain. We have massive marketing campaign happening right now. So we can, and there is wisdom in doing the same thing. Thank you. Good deal. And doing the same thing over and over repeatedly and faithfully doing that, right? Like Crypto Coffee, for example, a buddy of mine, he creates content and he just does it faithfully, repeatedly, not the same stuff. But then there's also wisdom in, hey, something is happening right now. Let's pivot and take advantage of it. So sometimes you want to do the same thing over and over. Sometimes there's wisdom in doing something different. We're doing something different. Very good. Thank you. I appreciate that, Hex Elvis. I like it. Yeah. Yeah. It could be good. YouTube is good to onboard people. Also TikTok for the younger people. Yeah. And I was thinking about JP, leave that up, is that I think that I should reach out to him. I think Tiger Crypto God has the TikTok covered for us because I've been not stressing about that, but just thinking about it. And Zen mentioned it on Spaces, but I didn't catch it. Tiger Crypto God got the TikTok covered for the Grays. He loves pTGC. So he's got it covered. That's cool. And YouTube is great. Like, tell me if there's anybody watching that came into crypto some other way other than YouTube, let me know. But like I did a poll, I want to say like 60% of people come in through YouTube or Twitter, I think is what it was. But, Zen made the point, and it's true that people come in to crypto via YouTube. So I've only got like 1,700 subs on YouTube. But we got to start somewhere, and we'll try to get them. We'll try to get them, guys. And I mean that in a positive way. Like if anybody's watching this, like we're trying to get users over to the Grays. Yes, because we are so passionate about our ecosystem because like I said, they're truly, legit financial products on PulseChain, bonded with the best of the PulseChain. So JIC bags are mandatory just in case, and not even just in case bags, but like, because the just in case is just for people that were a little pessimistic or whatever. People that are coming over that don't know, that's, it's like a mandatory bag almost in a sense, not financial advice, but what I would do, if I were just coming over to PulseChain and didn't know what to buy. Well, look at Prairie Banana's pinned post, man. I mean, I wouldn't buy anything except I would buy core assets and pTGC and UFO, literally. And even pTGC and UFO are smoking the core assets. Sorry, but it's true. It's true. But, even myself, I'm going to tuck away some PulseChain. I'm going to, from my LPs, I'm going to save it up, send it over to a wallet, to a couple of different wallets, and just forget about it. Yeah, PulseChain, because I think it's going to be successful. Like maybe I'll use it like the cycle after this one. So yeah, holding Pulse is still a valid hold, but pTGC and UFO, flawless operation for almost 2 years. Yeah, man. pTGC has been 13 months, flawless operation. And it's the real deal. All right, guys. Let's have a look at Dex Screener, shall we? What else? Hey, if you guys got questions, if you are new to the Grays ecosystem, this is a safe place for you to ask questions. So just drop them in the chat and we'll get to them. But what we're going to do is we're going to walk through the whole ecosystem from, I've got lots of slides to show you. We're going to talk about pTGC and UFO. And most of it's done, at least a part of it. When we get to the DApp, we speak about one at a time, and pTGC takes more time. And this presentation, honestly, it goes for about 90 to 120 minutes, way too long. So what I got to do is record one video. I got to record 2 videos. One is this presentation just summarized without me doing all this introductory talking, because I understand that you guys, some of you guys, Jonathan, Kurt, Backwards Hat Dad, Hux Elvis, you guys didn't come here to see how to walk through the DApp. You came here to get some updates and such. And I don't really have much updates, but we're going to look at Dex Screener. But the new people come here not to hear me ramble for 15 minutes about stuff that ain't, they don't know anything about. They want to get to the meat of the thing. At least that's how I was when I come in. When I come into something, I'm like, I don't care what you ate for breakfast. Give me the goods, So I got to record a video for the Grays currencies, just the guts of this presentation, and then I got to do one for PulseChain. But that one, we're doing it tomorrow, same time, start same time. I'm doing it. And it's going to be really rough at first. I'm going to try to get some slides built today and maybe even tomorrow. It's going to be just another slide presentation. Stylus is going to help me on Saturday morning. We're doing it before spaces Saturday morning. So it'll be 6 a.m. Mountain. And I'm excited about that. I'm excited about her joining me because she's going to do a good job. I'm excited to have her. And then I don't know if she's going to be there every Saturday, but I hope so. Pulse Party 369 reposted this stream. Good man. Appreciate you. I appreciate that very, very much. Always pick up nuggets in every one of your streams, Hex Elvis. Good deal, man. Yeah, I'm happy that you pick up nuggets. That's awesome. All right, let's go to the deck screener. I'm happy to see some green today, a little bit at least. All right, let's start with. Hold on, guys. Bitcoin. That's awesome, man. If you guys know of a better pair that I could watch, let me know. Ooh, 3 days. Hey, man. How did I miss that? Bitcoin's been up for, wait a second. Oh, that's market cap. Okay. Let's look at price. Yeah, it's up 3 days in green. That's cool. What was it down at? 108. It's for 3 days. It's up 3.5%. That's good. That's good news, guys. There is good news in crypto right now. Ethereum is up 4% today. Look at that. Yay, man. That was a big candle back here. I think I know when that was. Yeah, that was a Friday or Saturday. I was on the lake that day. Huge. That's when we went to, it was up 14.5%. And then we broke the all-time high. I think this was the Saturday when we broke the all-time high. That was really cool. Now, WPLS, I'm so glad it's above 4. It was under 4 yesterday, and I was like, oh no, this is not fun. I'm not enjoying this again. Nobody is. I'm going to tell you guys, hello, Josh T. It's good to see you. Hey, guys, I'm going to tell you, everybody on PulseChain right now we're tired, we're broke, we're probably discouraged. I see people selling their bags and just like, hey, man, I just had it, and I was likening it to like, this is a battle. This is a warfare, and we can stop and help some people, but we gotta press on and move to the front where the action is, and that's what I'm doing, man. I mean, I can pause to encourage somebody, but I mean, I gotta go fight the battle and let the medics take care of the wounded, load them up on the wagon and take them off to the infirmary. Is that where they go? Okay, where they can get bandaged up. I mean, I get it. People are tired, and it's just. But if you liken it to warfare, there's going to be casualties, and there are casualties. But the strong just need to press on and go face the enemy head on and win. What's up, Extra Pulse X? Good morning, John May. Bullish entries on the grays. Yeah, man. Cough, cough. UFO. Yes. You may say that, dude. This is fair game. This is the fair game environment where you can plug either of these tokens on my channel. Just don't plug other stuff. I'm praying for extra money because this might be the last dip. We might get one more, but it's almost go time in my opinion. Yeah, John. Yeah, it's something I did the other day. I don't know why I didn't think of it sooner, because I had this yield that had been like stacking up. And like a couple weeks ago, I finally figured out, it's like, man, I'm going to stake this stuff. That pTGC that I've been earning for yield, staked it. And then it took me a couple weeks to figure out, man, why not just do a 90-day lock? So Monday I made a couple more 90-day locks. I mean, I don't think the cycle is going to be over in 90 days, and I get to capture all that yield from unlockers. So I took a chance and I locked up some more pTGC. I'm happy. Agreed. Yeah. pTGC chart looks ugly short term, but up 140% since April. I love that, dude. You're right, man. Let's have a look at that. pTGC. We're up 140% since April. Bruh. Wow, man. Well, let's see. It does look rough. Oh, guys. I have heard the TA doesn't work for the Grays currencies. Let's see. Here's March. Here's April. I'm going to trust but verify. I just want to see it for myself. We're up. Well, I see 86%, but you're whatever. It's close, right? It's good. Hey, 86%, we're up 86%. We're up 140%. Either way, that's good. When in doubt, zoom out. That's right, man. So, and there's another thing that I learned on, when was it? I want to say it was a Telegram it was when, Zen, Mando and I streamed a couple weeks ago, and Mando was like, zoom in on the chart. Actually, Hayden says, zoom in on that chart. Watch this. I mean, this will blow your mind, guys. Let's see. If you go to the monthly. Oh, no, we were on the daily. But I'm going to spray you guys. We were on the daily on pTGC. And when you look back in the history, it just looks flat, like it was doing nothing. But then we scroll backwards and then kind of zoom in a little bit, and you can see all the volatility that you can't see when you're looking at when you're zoomed out. And I agree, zooming out helps, but zooming in also helps, because we went back and we looked at like the first week of pTGC. And when you're zoomed out, it looks flat. It's like there's nothing happening. There was nothing happening back then. Oh boy, you better go zoom in. And you see it ran up and then corrected. Not like crash, but it did come down significantly. And what we were illustrating was that, okay, this has been happening all along. This is crypto. It happens in every single crypto. And what we saw back in the first week was very similar to what we were experiencing right now. It's like, hey, this is nothing new. But people will bail thinking that, oh, it looks like it's over. And yeah, it's not. The three main levels for DCA into the grays all hit those levels and didn't go much lower. Very bullish. Cool. You must be a TA guy. I like it. I like that perspective. Three main levels all hit those levels and didn't go much lower. Yeah. Good deal. All right. I always feel like quitting. Like, let's not do the presentation today. What do you guys think? Should we do the presentation today? If you're brand new to the Grays currencies, should I do the presentation today? Put a 1 in the chat while I take a drink. Man, Ethereum's up 4%. pTGC's up 3%. UFO is up 6%. Is it happening, guys? Is it really happening? I don't know. FOMC meeting, September 17th. So we got 13, 14 days till the FOMC meeting. And that will cause some green candles. That'll be good. I think we're going to do the presentation. Why? Because I want to exercise my muscles, those little neurons in our brain that get etched when you do something repeatedly. I want to etch them more for the Grays currencies. So we're going to do it. I don't know that I've shown you guys. Okay, we did vote on PLS Folio. Watch this. I've got a hot button. Oh, I have two hot buttons for the same thing. Oops. No, hold up. Command 7. And you guys can vote twice a day. I told you this. Yeah, I like these hot buttons. I hit 2 keys. I got a special keyboard. You guys see my keyboard? See that? And what you can do is you can it's a programmable keyboard, and I program that into my keyboard, and bam, it prints it out for me. And I have other stuff in there that I can do. And I just hit some hotkeys, and it saves me from typing and copying and pasting. Saves me time. So go vote for PLS Folio at plsfolio.com. We did that. Charts, news. Is there any news? Is there any news? Guys, we didn't even look at Richard Hart's Twitter. We looked at mine a little bit. The ratios. Yeah, pTGC is at 9.68 pulse per pTGC. That's good. I wish it were above 10. It'll go back there. I think Zen and I are going to be streaming on, by the way, on Friday about the monthly data for the month of August, and we'll compare it to a bunch of other months. And guys, that data is a beast to manage. Let me just tell you. I was getting it on Monday, the 1st, and I was like, oh, this is special. This is difficult. But I got it, and I wouldn't bet my life on its accuracy, complete accuracy. But it's interesting to see the new wallets, just everything in that whole spreadsheet. So we will cover that on Friday. Pretty sure Zen and I are going to stream then. So we got, guys, we are doing a lot. We are doing a lot in a slow time. That's how firmly we believe in the Grays currencies, and that's how passionate we are about them. And we're getting our 10,000 hours in. So when people come, we're gonna be ready. That's the idea, to be ready. And you guys, we're going. You guys seen this chart, the Grays and the RH cores? Isn't that exciting, guys? So what do you expect when the cores move? Ballistic movement for the Grays, pTGC, and UFO. That's what we can expect. Okay, pTGC are an index token. And I need to get some, if you guys have some good quotes about index tokens from famous people that they would recognize, let me know. Otherwise, I'll find them on ChatGPT. But if you guys post them, I can just get them over to I have this outline, and then I'm working on another one for onboarding people to PulseChain. So, and I'm going to talk about why index tokens are special and important part of a portfolio. So I'm looking for quotes. I have some, and I can get them. But if you guys know of any, oh, dude, if you guys know of any, drop them in the chat. You nailed it, dude. If we build it, they will come. That's it. We are proactively building curriculum and such, and we're not reactively, but proactively building them. I've even got a special telegram for these people. I'm going to send them to a special telegram. I probably already told you. Building, thinking ahead, planning. Millions of mail pieces, guys. Millions of mail pieces. Just the opportunity is historic. And if we I may say this, if we just get one prairie banana, one Mando, who are some other people in the ecosystem that have made an impact? Who's that guy? K4K. If we can get a K4K, even though he's dormant, he's in hibernation right now. But what if we can get some people that will make an impact for the grays, like really get a hold of it and want to tell the whole world and bring them all in to the grays. If we just get one, whoa, that's what we're after. Index funds eliminate the risks of individual stocks. Only stock market risk remains. John Bogle. Thank you very much. I'll put that to use. Most institutional and individual investors will find the best way to own common stock is through an index fund that charges minimal fees. Minimal fees. I like that one even better. Especially because of the fees, because we got them. Banana, what's the point in voting? Just asking. Oh, that's fine. That's fine for you to ask. The point in voting for PLS Folio, I've wondered this myself. What's the point? No, those were good backwards hat, Dad. The point in voting is that, okay, good deal. Good deal, John May. It's like, it's so simple. It's so simple to vote, right? And then people will land on plsfolio.com. And when they scroll down, if they see other assets on that top row, not pTGC and UFO, they'll be curious about those other assets. We want them to see our assets in that top row because we want them to be curious about our assets. It's branding, right? When they see it there, and then they see it on YouTube or Twitter or Telegram, when they see the branding, the logos for pTGC and UFO, it just helps with the branding. I would say that's it. That's the bottom line. We want the Grays currencies to be in that top row to help with the branding of the Grays currencies. That's it. Hope that answers your question. And it's so simple too. We literally, if you're not in Telegram, jump in the Telegram. I post that thing every day, sometimes twice a day, and you can literally just click on the links and go vote. Click on the link, go vote. It's just like so easy. Unlike voting for this government, our votes actually count on plsfolio.com. Yeah, good one. So an index token. Here we go. It's kind of like pump.tires. No one is going to skim through all the token pages. Yeah, absolutely. They're going to the top ones. It's just like Google, right? And what else? There's all kind of stuff. You go with you click, you're going to look at the top page. You might scroll down a little bit, but those top ones are like the top is the top. And we need to be there. And pTGC, that's their rightful place. I mean, should they go buy these other assets? Probably not. They're probably not going to, these other assets are probably not going to do as well as the Grays currencies. May I say that? And so we almost owe it to people for them to land on us. And I say almost, and we probably do owe it. Yeah. Yep. Agreed. Dolphin position for USO is cheap. $2,350. That is cheap. That is, yeah, Dolphin. Okay. Man, that's such a good deal. 11,400 for pTGC. UFO might catch up. Don't forget, I am matching all of, oh yeah, I got to add that. So Shaka Vibes, this is the new thing for this stream. Let me get this. Let me talk about this. Thank you for mentioning that. I've got a command 6. There we go. That's my donation, whatever. It's my wallet address. Shaka Vibes has generously is generously supporting the Prairie Banana, and he has before. He follows through. $1,000. If you guys and whoever watches this and wants to contribute to that wallet address, I'll just track that wallet address does not get much activity. So I'll just pull that up on PLS Folio and look at the activity, and I'll be able to see if people are sending, probably best just to send PLS, but I'll take pTGC or UFO also. If you guys want to do that, and I would encourage you to, because Shaka asked us to do that. And guys, I already have an idea for it. Like if it worked out and I ended up with like, oh, I might, I know you mentioned buying pTGC and UFO, but I really need a new computer, honestly. I could use, I don't need one, honestly. Yeah, but I'm like, man, if I had $2,000 right now that came to me for free, it might be a new computer because this one's, it's a Mac, so they last a long time, but it is getting a little dated. It's one of the first things I needed to replace when I'm crypto lit, rich. Yeah, thanks, Shaka. Is a computer because I'm on this. I'm doing this a lot, and sometimes I have problems. It's information overload, and our minds are going to try to find a shortcut to make the right decision. Therefore, if the tokens are listed first, they must be the best. Yep, they must be the best if they're listed first. That's a key. You guys are talking me into wanting to be number one. We'll light it up again. We'll light it up again. Let the other guys have their fun. All right. Slade's chart. We already did that. You want an index token when you come over to a chain. Let's put it that way. When you come over to PulseChain, you want an index token. If you're brand new and you're like, I just got to put money into this thing. Well, you buy Pulse, right? You get your position in Pulse, and then you're going to be like, well, that's great. I've got my Pulse, but now I want to speculate on something. Well, speculate on the Gray's currencies, the index token, because they're bonded with Pulse and the four cores: Pulse, PulseX, Inc. What's the other one? Oh, Hex. Bonded with all those. And those are Richard Hart created tokens that we speculate are going to do very well. Okay, think about this. Richard Hart created a better Bitcoin, Hex. Do you think he's going to leave his Bitcoin in Bitcoin when he created a better Bitcoin? If I were Richard Hart and I really believe I created a better Bitcoin, I'd be putting it into Hex. So I think Hex is going to pump. Richard Hart created a better Ethereum. He's holding Ethereum. Do you think he wants to hold his Ethereum when he literally created a better Ethereum? I think he's going to flip his Ethereum into Pulse. What's some other ones? I don't know about Inc. or PulseX, but my guess is he, as an individual crypto guy, is going to flip his own assets into the assets that he created. It kind of makes sense, and he's going to do it in his timing. So you want to be either in those assets or in an asset that is bonded thickly with those assets, as pTGC and UFO are. And by the way, pTGC, I need to show you guys this. pTGC is moving up against Pulse. Let's get a gauge on this because I need to recalibrate. It's up against Pulse in the last year about 30x. So from September, let's do a measurement from August, September to today. It looks like 523%. Oh, yeah, 523%. What is that in X's, guys? Somebody tell me. I still don't know. I still have to look that up. I want to say that's 52x, but maybe that's not accurate. Maybe that's 5x, but I thought it was 30x. I thought pTGC is up 30x against PulseChain in the last year, but no, that might have been at another time. It probably was. Yeah, I got the time frame correct. Okay, it doesn't matter so much, but the point is that pTGC is up against PulseChain. It was literally 1-to-1 with PulseChain on August 26th last year, and now it's basically 10-to-1. What's your favorite token, Banana? What's your favorite token on PulseChain? It's pTGC. It is pTGC. It's pTGC. I love UFO also. And as I've said in the past, if you put a gun to my head and said, which one Which, oof, which one do you think is going to be more successful? Which one, if you had to give up your bag of, if I had to give up my bag, whoa. Oh man, I love pTGC. But which one do I think is going to be successful more than the other? Maybe they'll be equally successful. Yeah, I don't know. But I like the grays. I like both of them. It's a toughie, man. Well, because of liquidity, RH won't ever have to, because him talking about his cryptos is still talking about pTGC. Just saying, yes, pTGC. I've already given up my PulseX bag for pTGC. Yeah, I give up a lot of hex for pTGC and a lot of other assets that I was messing around with for pTGC. Some of them I left a moon bag. But as I grew in this ecosystem, my other bags are getting smaller and smaller, not just in ratio to pTGC, but in quantity of tokens, because I was like, oh man, I'm missing out over here. And I like to be diversified. I was like, I can't. So yeah, it is what it is. So you by holding pTGC and UFO, you have exposure to the Richard Hart core tickers and other tickers. And here is my illustration for that. pTGC and UFO, obviously most thickly bonded, or not obviously, but they are most thickly bonded to each other. And then their next bond, biggest bond, is with WPLS, and then the other assets. Okay, these other assets and more. You can see all of them on what is it? secretobank.com. You can see all the bondings at secretobank.com. And you can also see the volume there and the LPs. secretobank.com. Thank you, Snowflake Society, for building that wonderful site. And very easy to use. There's a video on my YouTube about how to use it. So index tokens are the way to go. And what you do is you get exposure to the index tokens, and then you can go play around in the casino at pump.tires, or go buy some other assets on PulseChain if you want to, and go have some fun. Go try to make some gains, and then bring them back over to pTGC and UFO. I'll be honest, I tried to make some gains. I did make some gains actually on some stuff and brought them straight into pTGC. I did. I really did. And by the way, guys, just so you know, I have pretty much equal bag size of each of these tokens. So I'm representing them. But I love my pTGC bag. I'll be honest, man. Sorry about that. Who is it back here? Who's my buddy that was the big UFO guy? And I am too. Extra Pulse X? Yeah. All good. There you go. Can you talk more about the multiplier and how it works? I sure can. Dude. Justin, it's good to see you. Let's do that. There you go, bud. $100 of pTGC. $100 of pTGC will get you maybe 200,000 tokens. But those 200,000 tokens will grow, right? Because it's a reflection token. You're always going to be earning more. That's the beauty of it. The multiplier and how it works. All right, man. Prairie Banana is going to try to explain the multiplier. It took me a long time to figure this out. So let's use Hex as an illustration. Famously did a 10,000x. But did you know that it really did 1,000x? But the chain that it's on did a 10x. So because it did how do you put it? How does that work? It did a 10x. I'm getting it backwards in my head. But basically, the chain did 10x. Hex did 1,000x. So that's a 10,000x. You take those two and you multiply it together. It bends my mind how that works, but I've literally put it into ChatGPT. I've thought it through. Sometimes I can't explain it, but it literally absolutely works. It's a multiplier. Richard Hart calls it the reflexivity effect. So the chain, let's see. How it would happen is Hex went up against Ethereum, I think, by a 10x or no, 1,000. It went up by 1,000x, I think. And then Ethereum went up 10x. Oh, I'm messing it up. Anyhow, it's 1,000 times 10, 10,000x. And again, it did a 10,000, literally, legitimately did a 10,000x because of the X multiplier. pTGC has gone up, like in the last year, about 30x against PulseChain. Plus, it's done its own X's. In the last year, it's done, I don't know, 10x, so maybe 300x in the last year. No, I don't think it's that much. But it's a multiplier. And we're going to look at it in the moon math here in just a little while. I hope that explains it for you, Mr. Justin. Keep your pTGC in a ledger hardware wallet for better security because pTGC is going to be a great asset, and that is great advice. Hardware wallets are mandatory. JIC bag, wallet, hardware wallet, absolutely. Why? Because if you're doing crypto on a computer or on a cell phone, it's a recipe for disaster. So get yourself a hardware wallet. You're talking my language, man. I like the treasures right there. Okay. I like the buttons, the simplicity, and I can fit this in my pocket. I can literally put it in my wallet. And that way, when you're working, doing crypto in a hardware wallet, you're transacting off your computer. Another thing you want to do is have a laptop computer, like a crypto only laptop that's stripped down. You're not doing Telegram on it and all that good stuff. So yeah, and never digitize your seed phrase. Be careful what you click on and all that good stuff. Thank you for mentioning that, Josh T. You're the relentless. Thanks for the fantastic work educating the community. You are welcome, dude. Very much. Yeah, I appreciate the compliment, though. I know pTGC bonded with PLS, so as PLS goes up, so does pTGC. But are we assuming some of those gains come over to pTGC too? Yes. Some of the people coming into, I think this is what you're getting at. Some of the people coming into Pulse are going to buy the Grace currencies, and whatever X's Pulse gets, we get automatically. And we have a strong history of going up against Pulse. So if Pulse goes up 100x and let's say pTGC goes up 10x, that's 1,000x. All right. You guys are keeping me busy. It's okay. It's hard for me to go to my computer because of having a lot of kids. I know you're so funny, man. But when I do, I'll try sending you a little something, brother, to help you get that new computer. I appreciate you, John. I appreciate you. I have the Ledger X and the S. Okay. All right. Good deal. Thanks for keeping the chat hopping, dude. I remember seeing on the Look Into pTGC website between the founder and B Roots that a remotely successful Pulse chain, they called it 0.004 price for PLS. They had the multiplier, I believe, at 29x, which would result in $1.21 pTGC. Yeah, that's a pretty strong multiplier. But when you've done a 30x in the last year, what are we going to do when Pulse runs up? I would guess, because it's probably going to be a shorter time frame, but maybe 10x. But we don't know. B Roots thinks that we're going to move up 250x against Pulse Chain. So yeah, man, anything's on the table. I know this for sure. When it's all over, we're going to know. But that's what I love about crypto is that it's all speculative. It's exciting. We don't know what's going to happen. Get your position, get to work, and let the results just happen. And we're going to record those results too in the monthly data tracker. Thank you, Crypto Jack. Yeah, hit the like and subscribe. Have you heard of them security keys? It's another step to protecting your crypto. Tell me, John, have you heard of them security keys? I don't understand what you mean. You've got the seed phrase, and then you do have a key, which is another. I don't know how all that works. I'll be honest. I just know that probably because I don't understand how it works. I am I take my crypto security posture very serious. What I do for security: crypto only laptop, VPN, antivirus, hardware, like a hardware wallet, seed phrases etched in metal. You got it, man. Cheap on Amazon. Yeah, for like $8. you can get these 2 little stainless steel things with 24 lines for a 24-word seed phrase. I have an engraver. You can borrow one, but they're cheap on Amazon, probably $15. Engrave in that stainless steel. Yeah. And then like something I learned from Shaka Vibes is get you a fireproof envelope. You can get 2 of them for like $20, I think, or $40, $30. Again, on Amazon. And you even put those stainless steel inside the fireproof envelope, because stainless steel in a fire can be damaged. Where's the 29X coming from? Okay, dude, we're going to show you. Fiber Finance in the house. pTGC to the firmament. Yeah, man. It's going. Vibra, it's up to us, right? It's up to us. Everybody wants to point their finger at Richard Hart. Got my mags, Richard Hart. And then they got the 3 fingers. 3. 1 at Richard, 3 at me. It all depends on me, right? That's how I look at life. Like everything within my sphere of influence, it's up to me to make sure it's successful. Not that I'm one of those control freaks, although I might be. So where's the 29X coming from? It is, here, give me a second, guys. What is, I'm going to ask ChatGPT, 500% in X's. I think that's 5X. I think 500% is, yeah. I know you guys well enough. You guys know me well enough that I can do that live on stream. That prairie banana doesn't even know how to figure percentages. Yeah, sometimes. Okay, watch this, Justin. I'm glad you're asking these questions. You're going to, question. When you ask questions, you learn. When you get answers to your questions. But it's the asking of the questions that causes the learning. Watch this. Okay, you see my screen. We're going to do a measurement from September last year. Right there. This is September. There. Where is it? Is that there's September? Let's go down to the bottom because I didn't like the last measurement. And we're on WPLS. Okay, let's do this. We're up 600%. So we're 6x, up 6x against PLS in the last year. So what we did, Justin, is we flipped the chart to WPLS. Whenever you pull up Deck Screener, it's going to pull up USD. And you want to flip it to, for this instance, you want to pull it up in WPLS. And you're going to see that we're up 622% against WPLS, okay, in the last year. So I know it's 6.2x, okay. How did I get 30x a few weeks ago? I think because a few weeks ago it was from July all the way down here to here. Okay, so we're actually now 6x above the chain. And then what you can do is you can flip the chart to USD and you can do the same measurement. Let's do this. From, where are we? Well, let me find September 2024. How far up are we in X's from last year? Let's do that bottom wick just like we did to here. We're up 8x against USD. Okay, so we're up 6x in WPLS. We're up 8x in USD. So that's 6 times 8. 6 is 6 times 8. I'm doing math on stream, so I need to use a calculator. 48. 6 times 8 is 48. So if you'd bought pTGC on September, early September last year, you'd be up 48x right now. That's how it works. I hope that answers your question, Justin. That's cool. That's cool stuff. And like I said, I get it. But sometimes I really have to think about it to like really get it. It's not a shell game. I can tell you that because for a while I was wondering. Hexy Trucker, the top will flow down like this pulse chain will top. Then PulseX, then pTGC will top after those inflows from the layer 1 and the DEX. Yeah. Yep. You got BTD, we got Bitcoin, you got a top, Ethereum is going to top, then PulseChain cores, pTGC. Probably something like that. It'll probably happen real quick. Fire and water safe bags. Yeah. You and I think alike, man. Very much so. Moon math. You want some moon math? I haven't seen you before. Pastry? Derp? What's a derp? It's a type of pastry is what it is, right? I appreciate you. Banana, what is the most conservative price you can give pTGC in this bull run? The most conservative? Whee. All right. Pulse. All right, let's do this. Simple math. The most conservative. I'm gonna say, let's do it like a conservative 5x against Pulse. Pulse does a measly 100x, 500x. So 500 times the current price of point. So you can get price predictions out of a banana, the banana man, but some other people you can't, and that's okay. That'd be 19.5 cent pTGC. We're not getting very far in the presentation today, and that's fine. 19.5 cent pTGC. If pTGC does a 5x against the L1, here's your X multiplier. Justin, this is how you can figure out your price predictions. Is not figure them out, but make them. If pTGC does a 5x again, like we modified it. It's done. What did I say? Oh, it's done a 6x. I think you're going to do 5x minimum against PulseChain. This bull run, we've already done a lot. We've been up a lot. Like I said, 30x just a few months ago. So 5x against PulseChain, sure. 100x PulseChain, man, I hope so. Actually, my base X's for PulseChain was 100x before I knew that there were marketing material going out. Now it's like 500. But, a 100x would be conservative. So that'd be a 100 times 5, which is 500 times the current price, which puts it at about 20 cents. So every dollar injected into the system becomes worth $500 at that X multiplier. Yeah, it's exciting, man. Ooh, we got a lot of chat. Relentless. That's right, man. Relentless. Or hard. Oh, I'm further along than I thought. Okay. Yeah, we talked about that. Yeah, I'm behind. I'm the one that's behind in the chat. I'm reading the chat, guys, in case you're wondering. Yeah. Derp. Oh, there we are. Banana, what is the most conservative price? We got that. We're all going to be blown away by this bull. I don't think anyone is ready for what's to come, but in a good way. Does that make sense? It does. I think that I think we could all be in for a surprise. Richard Hart wants to win. Listen, you know how you and I have a circle of buddies that we brought into pTGC and UFO? He's got a circle of buddies he's brought into his core assets. And he's accountable to them in a sense. And he wants his buddies to be successful. And he has buddies, that he didn't directly bring in, but we're following his YouTube channel from years ago. He has a network of friends that he will not disappoint. Yeah, and I think he'll come back to streaming too. $1 pTGC. Yeah. If you were just to ask me where we could go, 10 cents to $1, I think would be a good target. By December, price prediction up. I'm not going to give it time. I mean, a price prediction plus a time frame, that's tough. I just don't know. I think the bull might be over by March or so or sooner. I don't know, man. Your conservative price was 16 cents. Even 5 cents would be absolutely amazing. It really would. Justin, obviously we can't time the markets exactly, but the data we have to go off of is previous cycles. Yep. It seems that we are coming to the latter part. Hopefully we're just getting to the earlier part of our cycle. Do you believe this marketing campaign from RH along with the Dow will result in a pump in price soon? I do. It feels like we could have somewhere within the 4 to 9 month range left So you would think that things need to start going up soon if the blockchain is going to be successful, right? Do we think this happens this month or maybe October? I think we have an FOMC meeting on the 16th and 17th of September that is going to, I think everything's just until then, until what we got 2 weeks until that meeting. And that's going to, there's going to be, I think there'll be a pump around then. People are going to front run and try to buy the news, buy the news, sell whatever, sell the news, I can't even say it. Buy the rumor, sell the news. There you go. And I think that the marketing, does anybody know if the marketing is, I think the Fed's going to cut rates by 50 BPS. I do too. I've heard that. If not, it's 25 and that'll be good also. But if it's 50, that's a double, which probably means more than a double for crypto. I'm just guessing. The marketing is hitting mailboxes, I think. And that, I got to keep that off. It's a lengthy one. And that is going to pump the chain. Right now, the chain is, it's a little bit red. It's actually, it ain't doing too bad. It's up, we're up 5% today. But I think if I were new, I'd want to see more green. And then that's going to help. The adoption is going to help drive the price up. And what else? What else was it? Oh, the Dow. The Dow is just going to keep doing what the Dow is doing. Buying tokens, burning them, adding LP pairs, or adding to existing LPs. That's what the pTGC Dow is going to do. Continue doing. Yeah, I'm hoping we have another 4 to 9 months. That would be really wonderful. Yeah. Do I think it happens this month or in maybe October? Maybe October. October. Yes. September. Who was it that said? I think it was Backwards Hat Dad. September is famous for being a little slow. Rectember. That's what I heard. I think it was on Monday Night Spaces. No one is talking about 50 BPS. I'm in banking, and the fact that we haven't had cuts yet this year is ridiculous. Really? Yeah, I heard you were in banking. On the last place, you guys were talking about a commercial. Is that right? On the last Spaces, we were. I don't remember talk about a commercial, but I do. We were talking about postcards. B Roots is like, and he was on board, man. He was like, he was doing all the math. He's like, how much would it cost me to hit 1 million mailboxes with postcards? And it was like 360 grand. But if we're all crypto rich, Prairie Banana is going to be, I'm going to put my money where my mouth is. And I have things that I could do with crypto rich money right now that I could do right now that would help pump pTGC. I need somebody to run a Twitter account. There's not enough time to do everything. A Twitter account and a YouTube account. There are 3 accounts that I'm aware of: 2 Twitter and 1 YouTube, whom the comments go ignored. That's not right. I just don't have the time for it. But I could hire somebody if I had the right there. Usually when everyone thinks that one thing is going to happen, the opposite does in crypto, right? There is that. There is always that. Don't follow the crowd, right? So, yeah. Is Zen still providing voice chat on Telegram? Yes. He had a voice chat yesterday. I forgot about it until it was already running for 20 minutes, and I jumped in, and it was good. And he will be doing a voice chat Thursday. That's tomorrow at 8 a.m. Pacific. Yeah, jump in, guys. The founder of this ecosystem, it does voice chats. Go in and talk to him. Ask him questions. He loves questions. I love questions. Take advantage of it while you can, because I really believe that we have an opportunity here to where, the founder for this ecosystem could be in such demand. I hope that he just can't get to everybody. So take advantage of it while you can to, a year from now, you're going to be like, man, I had a conversation with him. You know what I mean? All right, guys. Wow, we're doing a lot of chatting, but you guys are keeping me busy. I like it. I like it. We've been at it for an hour. Okay. So we're at the very beginning of the presentation. All right, let's get to the fees for the new people. There are the fees. No, that's the differences. Sorry. pTGC is a 5% fee. UFO is a 6% fee. And then you can see the rest of that. I'm going to keep it real simple. So because they're a fee-based token, you need to know that when you're buying them, and then buy them from a wallet you want to keep them on. Because if you transfer them, you're going to pay the fee. Okay. So you guys can screenshot any of this stuff. It's fair game. You said a prediction of 10 to $1 for pTGC. Is the high end of this the super bullish prediction, as in RH comes back, streaming, etc., or are we just assuming a remotely successful pulse chain? Okay, let me get to that. You said a prediction of 10 cent is the high end of this the super bullish prediction, as in RH comes back, streaming, etc. You know, that would be a yes. But, you know, we could go higher. We have had conversations, Justin, of pTGC going into the tens of dollars. And that's why we have been recommending just in case bags, because 1 million tokens could turn into a lot, like generationally life-changing wealth. It could. And for $400, how much is 1 million right now? 1 million tokens right now is under $400, guys. $400 for 1 million tokens. Okay. So, and if we're having conversations on spaces and we got calculators, Justin, we have calculators to back up we're not claiming it. Okay. We don't go claim that we can go into the tens of dollars. It's the calculators that make us claim, but the calculators are just based on pure mathematics. Okay. And if this thing goes into the tens of dollars, you're going to wish you'd spent $400 for a JIC bag, a just in case bag. Currently, the Dow contract money management wallet has 6.2 billion PLS. That's 620,000. When Pulse just gets back to SAC, that's a war chest. A war chest. $620,000. Woo! I'm telling you what, man. I am telling you what. There's Fast Abdul here for the tech. You're not here for the tech. You're here for Banana Man. I always got to give him a hard time. He and I are friends. $620,000. Yo, man, that's a lot of money. And when we do get to SAC price, that's going to be even more money. So what do we do with that? I'm anticipating a question from you, Justin. Like, what does the Dow do with that money? It does wise things with it. Anything that will pump our bags in the end, that will end up pumping our bags. That's what we do with the Dow money. And the Dow is composed of the top 100 stakers. Okay. If you're a top 100 staker, you can make Dow proposals. All stakers can vote on proposals. All stakers can vote on proposals. Man, I'm just thinking, $620,000 is a lot of money, man. That's a lot of money. Fishing with Joe Camo is here for the moon math. Fishing with Camo Joe. All right. Are we going to get to, does anybody need me to go through the stuff, through the everything, or should we just like skip it and go to moon math? I think we're just going to do some moon math. We'll skip it. Hey, like Justin, if you're new and you want me to go through some of this stuff, dude, I'll absolutely do it. I'll walk you through the DApp and such. But I think we'll just go to some moon math. And then I'll be doing this again on Sunday. Jump in on Sunday. And then you can also go watch my other presentations because I do this twice a week. I literally do the same thing twice a week, except for different jabber jawing. All right, guys, watch this now. We did a little redneck. Hey, y'all, watch this. Pampy.app. This is a cool tool. Pampy.app. I think this is actually appropriate with Justin in the chat, and we're talking about price predictions and stuff. I think this is a good segue. Shaka. Oh man, I appreciate you. I appreciate you very much, Vishal. I didn't know what you were getting at when you mentioned that. Wow, I'm very, very blessed. Can't wait to tell my wife. She'll go be excited. I told her about it. She's like, "Wow, that's pretty cool." Yeah, it is pretty cool. Price simulator. Okay, so let's see. Let me back up and regroup on this. How are we going to do this? We did a simulation on. I want to say we did a simulation on spaces. Oh, I know. It was based on the mailer response. I could go to my Twitter and see what did I have. You guys can scroll Twitter. Yes, tens of dollars. Yes, sir. You're talking about maybe this cycle, sir. This cycle, tens of dollars. Watch. We're gonna nail this down. Okay. Last week, I did a speculation on. I think this is it. We're getting close anyhow. Okay, here it is. Okay, watch this, guys. Watch. Here, let's go through this. Let's get some background about where this math is coming from. Okay, let's estimate 400,000 mailers going out every week for like 6 months. And I don't know that to be true, but I have some idea that it could be true. Response rate, 3%. That means these people have got to get over to the chain. So they're going to have to come into Prairie Bananas channel or find some other way or some other person to guide them in, because it's kind of difficult. 12,000 new users per week. If they only bring in $1,000, that's $12 million a week coming into the chain. Now, mind you, some people are going to bring $500. Some are going to bring 500,000, and they might dollar cost average in every week. So they'll come in $1,000 the first week, like, ooh, that worked. I'm up 1.25x. And then they're like, I'm going to put in a little more, and I'm going to tell all my buddies about it too. So one mailer could be, I would say, minimum $1,000. If they're successful, I think over 6 months you're going to see them input more than 1,000. Bet on it. Every single one more than 1,000, because especially the ones that are early on. Now the last ones to get the mailer, the cycle might be over. I don't know. Okay, let's go with more than. We're just going to go with 1,000. That's 12 million a week coming in. So the impact from Pampy.app would be, just the first week would be a 50x on UFO, 50x on pTGC. Now here you go. 6 months. 6 months of mailers would 1,000x. 1,000x PLS. So let's go back to, did I do this? I'm trying to figure out how I did this. 12 million. Okay. Yeah. 12 million a week, 12 times 25 is 300 million. All right. And I'll get to your question, Vishal, in just a second. Oh, let's go to Pampy.app. We're going to estimate 300 million. Do a custom split. How do we do this? Where is my, let me refresh this. Try price simulator. Yes. I guess we'll just do an even. Reserve is split. Well, that's the reserve. I want to do, we're going to estimate 300 million into the 4 quarters. Hold on. That would make Pulse. There you go. It's 1,053x. You guys see that? 300 million in split into the cores would be 1,050x. I think I was actually using look into. Let me remove this just so you guys aren't going to be dizzy from all the flittering and fluttering. All right, this is what we got. I've probably used look into. Give me a second. WPLS. And this is already set to 100 million. We're going to make that 300 million. Can't calculate the impact. Yeah, there we go. That's 1,179 X's on PLS. Okay, then what you do is you come over here and you select Moon Math, pTGC. We're going to estimate the impact of an 1,179X on PLS. And if pTGC does a 5X, that's going to be 5 times 1,179. And you end up with a $2.34 pTGC. Now, obviously, if we do a 10X, it's going to be more. And that gets us to almost a $5 pTGC. Now, if this increases, if it does let's say we do a 3,000x, we might get into the tens. There we go. So remember, this calculation is based on users bringing $1,000 in. Now, these mailers are not going to the lower middle class, or maybe not even middle class zip codes, or they're probably not being sent to zip codes. They're probably being sent to individuals that have money. They got, presumably, have more than $1,000 laying around. They might have a history of investing, and $1,000 is like, they're going to start there. They're probably going to start like, oh, I'll throw $1,000 at this, and then they're going to learn about it. So you put if they're anything like me, like get in first and then start learning. And once they start learning and seeing the green candles, they're going to put in more. So, that's why we're saying we could be into the tens of dollars per token. Oh, I have a hard time saying that, man. Yeah. So there you go, man. This cycle. Vishal, Banana, explain this to me, though. I tried to send you pTGC 7 times. All 7 transactions failed. Then I tried PLS once, and it went straight through. What's the deal? It is that it is your your settings on Pulse. Oh, what was it? No, like if you're flipping, I'm thinking like if you're flipping from Pulse to pTGC, you got to set your slippage. You got to set your slippage if you're sending tokens. Maybe it's because the tokens weren't authorized. I don't think that's the correct term, but I think that they're not authorized in your wallet. You got to do that process. Somebody's going to tell me what it is down there. Please do. I'm so grateful. Wow. Vishal, yep, I'll double it. Okay, donation for the month of September up to 1,000. Appreciate you pitching in. Absolutely. Amazing. Tens of dollars this cycle seems unrealistic, right? Okay, here's the thing. In life, I taught my kids this, and I use this around because you can probably tell I get excited. I'm a moon math guy. I'm not afraid of moon math, but I can also tell you like this could all go to zero. I'm ready for that too. There are 2 outcomes. There's some things. Let's see. Is it probable or is it possible? Right? You got these 2 things. You have the probability and you have the possibility. Tens of dollar pTGC. Is it probable? I don't know that it's probable. Is it possible? Absolutely. It's absolutely possible. But probable? So somewhere in there, somewhere in the middle is where we're at. Yes, sir. What am I supposed to do with these? Finger red number 1. I think that must be some emoji or something. Yeah, and you might have, that's another good point, Crypto Wash, that pTGC might be staked. And in that case, you got to unstake it. You don't got to unstake your pTGC. Just whatever you want, but I wouldn't unstake it. I don't want you to miss out on your stuff, dude. I appreciate you. Yeah, you're not staked. Just double check. Slippage might need to be set. Yeah, slippage for sending tokens, though? Really? I'm trying to think. I don't think so. Clear transactions. Dosteezy says he needs to clear his transactions. Maybe that'll work it. Maybe that'll make it work. All right. So, we did the moon math for pTGC. Let's check out some moon math for UFO, shall we? 1179x. Let's be fair to the UFO. Why? And I bob my head like I'm condescending to it, but honestly, UFO guys, UFO is not to be disrespected. We've seen UFO run up. It was last fall. UFO has not been around for a pulse chain run up like pTGC was in the spring of 2024. UFO wasn't out at that time. So we don't know what's going to happen when pulse chain runs to UFO. We don't know. It could be bigly. UFO has more LP. I'm just going to show you guys we'll do the moon math, but I want to show you guys the, hold up, volume. Here you go. Select volume. pTGC. Check volume. This is how you do it, guys. This is secretobank.com. Then you can see the liquidity. Total volume today is $67,000. Not bad. Total liquidity, $7 million. Now, UFO. This is UFO. Let's refresh this to make sure. 9.5 million in liquidity. 7 million for pTGC. So UFO has more liquidity. And its superpower is that it's bonded with pTGC. So when pTGC runs, UFO will run. UFO run, pTGC run. They're neither. The amazing thing is, what amazes me is that these tokens are so almost like equals. They're so different, but they're almost like so very equal. I don't know how. It's alien tech. The aliens, the Greys, gave us these two assets. I don't know how one is not more special than the other, although we all have our favorites and such and all that. To see tens of dollars, you would think we see 0.01 pTGC relatively soon. Good point. Absolutely. You are correct. We're like, 15x away from a penny? Let's have a look at that, and then we'll talk about it too. Look into ptgc.com. You go to the dashboard right here, click on dashboard, and scroll down. 25x from a penny. We're 25x from a penny. But this is the thing, Justin, and everybody, is that pTGC has moved up and UFO have moved up against Pulse Chain the whole time. Pulse Chain has been going down. Pulse Chain going down, the Gray's currency is going up. So we look at the Gray's currencies as like walking up a down escalator. So what's going to happen when we're walking up an up escalator, like the proper direction? It's going to be Lambo time, guys. The image I show you at the end of this presentation normally, it's going to be pow. You know what I'm saying? When Pulse Chain makes its run, the Grays, just based on history, are probably going to run harder. Let's get into some of the slides. I want to show you guys some slides. We're going to skip the DApp today. There is the liquidity totals, and we could just have a conversation with the slides and we'll wrap it up. I appreciate you guys in the chat just livening it up. I did not expect such a lively chat today. This is wonderful. Yeah, why is it wonderful? Because you guys are active. This is awesome. I love it. There's the fee breakdown. Let me remove these. I don't want to be scrolling through while I'm talking. I don't want to make you guys dizzy. Okay, I want to get to the charts, like my charts. There's Zen. How you doing, man? Hope you're having a good day. The grays are leaving others in space dust. Zen, there's lots of people in the chat today, or at least there's a few that are just very, very, very chatty today. So I think that despite the red candles, the grays are crushing it. So here's pTGC from August to July. This is a 1-year snapshot. Look at this, Justin. pTGC is up 2,500%. UFO up 1,300%. Hex 110. PulseChain's, you see the rest. And that's not a diss of those. We're not disrespecting those other tokens. We're bonded to them, man. And we're depending on those tokens. We love Richard Hart and we love his assets. But this is just math. And in USD, what was that other one in? Oh, that was in PLS. This is in USD. pTGC up 2,850%. UFO, it's just what? Market cap performance. Look at that. And we're not, and I don't include any other assets. I can include some other assets that are on the chain in my illustrations, but I will not. The core assets are rock solid, as is Richard Hart. And we can compare ourselves to them, but to compare ourselves to the other assets, we're just not going to do that publicly. But, you can imagine there might be some similarities in the results. So there's your market cap. Inc is down 10%. Yeah, whatever. It's going to go up. pTGC is outperforming the cores. It's up again. Let's see, in core asset terms. So pTGC, this is the pair. pTGC WPLS up 2,900%. pTGC PLSX up 1,800%. So why, backwards hat dad, he says, I flipped my PulseX into pTGC. Well, you're up 1,800%. You flipped your Hex into pTGC. You're up 1,200%. Oh, your Inc, 3,000%. I'm telling you, man. pTGC or UFO is outperforming the cores. Same story, similar story. And then that's a good illustration, but it requires some explanation. Let's get to the chat. I don't want to fall behind. The captain is in the chat. Alien Tech. Relatively soon. Yeah, I think we're going to see a penny pTGC. Once this chain, this is what I want to talk about. This is something I wanted to talk about that Justin, your questions was leading me to this thought. Hex didn't run until after last cycle. Hex did not run until after Ethereum had made a new all-time high. Ethereum just made a new all-time high. So we're expecting Hex, maybe all the cores to run at any time. Hex also finished its run. Let me think. How did that work? It made a short run, like a short. If you're here in 2021, I remember it. It ran for a few months, and I think it quit like shortly after Ethereum made its all-time high for the cycle. Like it is either before or shortly thereafter the all-time high. So that could pan out again. And Ethereum just made a new all-time high 2 weeks ago, almost 2 weeks ago. Yeah, man. Shaka Vibe's a legend. Subs in. John May, haha, thank you. But that's a pretty overrated statement. You guys having fun in the chat. Justin, do you think a lot of people aren't aware that pTGC is bonded with all these other coins? I do. I do think that people aren't aware of our bonding with the other coins. I think that like my mindset is not trying to bring people from PulseChain onto the pTGC and UFO. My mindset is out there because I think there's a lot more opportunity out there. A lot of people on PulseChain have already had the opportunity, and they'll hear about. We're becoming the elephant in the room, but everybody over here is broke, tired, and discouraged. So let's go bring in some new blood into the pTGC. And then, but are they aware? I think they must be. If they've heard the pitch, then or looked at the deck screener, then they'll understand what we're bonded with. But they may not understand the full picture, the full ramifications of us being bonded with all those assets and having been bonding to them all the way through the bear cycle, picking up cheap Hex, PulseX tokens to bond with. It's going to be amazing. It seems like a no-brainer that it would be a good idea to at least get a moon bag. Bingo. Once people understand how the mechanism works, this could result in massive gains, right? It certainly could. Aside from RH streaming, marketing adoption, potential SAC address buying, is this why you think tens of dollars is possible? That is why. Okay. Hold up. Let me back up. Once people the mechanism works. Aside from RH streaming, marketing adoption, potential SAC, is this why you think tens of dollars is possible? I don't know that tens of dollars is possible outside of. With the core, with the RH cores, when they go up a certain number of X's, then yeah, they could drag pTGC or push pTGC up into the tens of dollars, and then like RH streaming is just going to help his cores move up. I like your questions; they're challenging. Zen, you're the man. Your legend is well up there with RH. Yes. Thank you all for your done. Still continue to do. Much love. pTGC is going to melt faces. Yeah. Well, here in the Grace community, at least, I saw Charles bragging that ADA has outperformed BTDC and ETH in the last year. pTGC and UFO have outperformed most major tokens in the last year. True. By the way, we are positioning the Grace currencies as a store of value on PulseChain. It's also my book. It's also it's my book. So in it, you are all okay. Good day, Crypto Tiger. To everyone else in the chat, it's good to have you, man. We were talking about you earlier in the stream. Your ears must have been burning. Were your ears burning? Do you feel a little tingle? You're the TikTok guy. Yeah. Everybody's been talking about TikTok. We got to get on TikTok. Like, ooh, we got a guy on TikTok, and he loves pTGC. His name is Crypto Tiger. So, guys, Crypto Tiger, if you need support in any way, like maybe I'll reach out to you. I want your TikTok. I don't even know that I can follow you on TikTok, but I'll drop your TikTok in the chats that I can drop it in. That is. So give me a second, guys. I do not want to forget. Get Tiger TikTok. I met your buddy too, by the way. He was on Spaces. What's his name? Something 555. He was on Spaces Monday. So that was fun. That was a fun connect. Making it feel so good after holding for 2 years. Hello, everyone. Danny Ortiz, good to see you. Oh, we were different. Oh, okay. I was confused because I thought I was following Tiger Crypto God, but you're not Tiger Crypto God. You're Crypto Tiger. And you guys, I think, have very similar one less thing to do. Very similar profile pictures. Okay. Well, Tiger Crypto God, I do need to reach out to him. Anyhow, I just need to get the correct one. Tiger Crypto, and I'll drop it in the chat so you guys can follow him on TikTok. Hopefully I'm not incorrect about that. All good. We're very bullish Tigers. Yes. All right, guys. I think we're just going to wrap it up. If you guys have any final comments, I want to look at the charts. I'm thinking that maybe you guys are dropping in here today because things are turning green. You know, I don't know everything that's going on. Let's pull up this chart and then I'll get with your question. Hexo is to hex what banana is to the grays. Thank you, Shaka. I appreciate that. I'll be with your question in just a second, Justin. Let's have a look at this. Well, ETH is up. It's still up 4%. Bitcoin's up 1%. That's great. Pulse is up almost 6% today. And pTGC is up 3%. And UFO is up 4%. Woohoo! It's a green day. And dude, guys, it could be green from here for a while. I mean, with mailers in the mailboxes, it's going to be important that we remain green. Or, yeah, it's going to be interesting, guys. Where can you go in crypto where there is a multi-million mail piece going out direct to people with this? And the mail piece, by the way, is irresistible. You've got to open it. It's lumpy mail. It's irresistible. Where can you go in crypto that's doing anything like that? I just love it, man. I just love it. So amazing. Is it correct in saying that when Pulse pumps, pTGC will always pump more than Pulse? I wouldn't. Somebody's gonna correct me. Chicago can correct me on this. I would say yes, man. I almost want to say no, but I think pTGC is gonna pump more almost pretty much every time. If so, why wouldn't people just buy pTGC and leave a little for gas? You're getting it. You're getting it, dude. Absolutely. Yes. Yes. Why not? Why not? Let's see if Hex pumps and pTGC going to pump more. Absolutely. If you transfer your MetaMask to internet money, will you get charged the 5% on your holdings? No. Now, let me explain that. If you are holding, if you're holding pTGC in a wallet that in the same wallet and you just move the wallet, then no, you're not going to pay the transfer fee. But you are going to key your seed phrase into a computer. And that, for me, is a no-no. I would if you're going to do that, make sure your computer is clean. I wouldn't do it on any Wi-Fi, especially at a hotel or an airport. You're going to key it into, computers can have keyloggers on them, and they'll sniff out for those seed phrases. So just be careful. It might be worth sending them to an entirely new address on a hardware wallet, and then they'll be safe. They just never key in, never digitize the seed phrase. Very, 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 very important. You're not a fan. Shaka Vibes is not a fan of internet money. I use the Ravi wallet. I tried internet money, and yeah, it was made by the community, so it's hard to diss it. But I just don't have that much experience with it. Any news on when or if RH is going to come out with that wallet? Just wondering. No idea. Is 100 million PulseX enough? Enough to make it? I don't know. This is mainly a Gray's currency chat. This is a Gray's currency stream. We talk about PulseX. Is 100 million PulseX enough to make it? We have no idea. And I am not up to snuff on PulseX. Okay. Guys, I think we're going to call it a day. If you guys, let's see, I'm trying to think. Trying to think if there's anything else we need to cover. Seems like they're like, go vote at plsfolio.com is the only thing. Be active in the chat. Do whatever you can to market the Gray's currencies. Be active on Twitter. when you repost Twitters, make sure you do the quote post and put a # PulseChain. Sometimes, like when I'm driving, I don't do all that. I'll just repost it. But try to, be active on Twitter and active on YouTube, like liking. And another thing we can do to boost algorithm is on Spaces. Jump in on Spaces, and then I always forget this. I got to do this. Do the little emoji thing on Spaces, because that helps the algorithm. Like, oh, there's something happening over there, and I've got to do that. I need that reminder more. Appreciate it, Shaka. In your opinion, not financial advice, what is a reasonable bag to hold for life-changing gains? A reasonable bag. Oh boy, this is tough. Let me think this through. I would say 1 million minimum. 1 million minimum. Life-changing gains. As a part of your portfolio, I don't know, maybe a good portion of your PulseChain portfolio, a good portion of it. I know a lot of people in here, their PTDC, the pTGC UFO bags have become a large part of their PulseChain portfolio, and not just because of dollar cost averaging, but just because the tokens have inflated above everything else that they've been holding, above all other chain assets. That's a tough question, dude. If you guys do have any other questions, jump into the Telegram, and let me put the link right here and ask any questions. And you guys, as long as you have subscribed to my YouTube channel, you can PM me and ask me a question. You can PM me on Telegram or on Twitter. Okay. I don't answer any comments on YouTube. It's just a fact of life. September has historically been very good for PulseChain. I hope that the marketing, which is starting right now in September, is not a coincidence. Really? I like that. We got marketing, we've got FOMC, and we've got, we're in altcoin season. So I appreciate you, Justin. I really appreciate your questions. Come in again and ask any questions. And usually we do a full DApp walkthrough also. So you want to watch that. 10 million plus. Anything over, even better. That's Shaka's advice. Now it's going to run you $4,000. Right now, it's going to run you $4,000. I agree with Shaka. Yeah. That JIC bag that's like just minimum. I'm glad you guys said something, because I wanted to say more, but I just hesitated. You saw my last tweet? No, drop it in here. Can you drop it in here? I'll go find it though. I'll go find it. Well, guys, that's another thing. I make tweets, but I don't always just go looking for tweets. I'm terrible about that. I'm going to go look for that one though. Guys, have a good day. It's so fun. I want to stay on longer, man, but I do have to get ready for tomorrow. If you guys can, here's something you can do with this thing that I'm doing to bring on people from the new people from PulseChain, is anytime you find somebody that you think they're brand new to PulseChain, send them to this stream. Send them to the stream, and they're going to get everything not everything. I can't do it all, but they're going to get a lot of stuff to help them acclimate to the chain. All right, guys, let's hour and 43 minutes. All right, guys, have a great day. Prairie Banana out. Voice chat tomorrow, 8 a.m. Pacific in Telegram, 8 a.m. Pacific. Links in the chat there. See you guys.